If you're a person of color and you think that you're going to sit out on this massive protest that's happening on April 5th, that's a good idea. Yeah, stay home, stay safe. We all know that the powers that be love a scapegoat, and historically speaking, that's been y'all. So stay home, stay safe. We got you. However, if you have a skin tone like mine, if you are fucking fluorescent, okay, in any capacity, I need your asses to get out of your house on the 5th and do what needs to be done. You need to be loud, you need to be proud, peaceful, and you need to go make some noise at whatever major city is closest to you. Okay? Okay. Yeah, there's not going to be an out for you. You have to be out there.
I have a message out there for all you black people. I need you to stay away. No, seriously, on April 5th, do not go to DC. It is a trap. Let us handle it. We fucked up here. Black women especially, y'all came out and showed out for Kamala Harris. Black men, y'all need to come to Jesus meeting, but please still don't go to the Capitol on April 5th. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, you are highly welcome. So here is a no judgment zone. So if you're here to be informed about the happenings around the world and what is particularly happening in the United States, this is the best spot for you to always come back to unwind. But don't forget, whatever you're passing through, you're not alone. We are gonna pull these together, right? Whatever you're passing through, just know that there are a lot of people out there in the world that are going through the same thing as you are. So you're not alone in this, okay? So always take care of yourself and just be true to yourself. But don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, hit on the like button, and also share this video. And you can also help in sharing, your thoughts in the comment section. So let's jump right into the videos.
So you're hearing that the hands-off April 5th protests yesterday were so peaceful and everything was great and there was like no violence, no escalation, and that it was also predominantly white people, predominantly white women. Here's the thing, here's the really important point. It is not that the people who were in attendance yesterday, right, the predominantly white people, the predominantly white women, are inherently more peaceful and law-abiding, and they just know how to do it, right? That's not the reality, okay? It is because they were met with a different level of force, being none, like a lack thereof, as opposed to when movements are predominantly about and backed up by people of color, right? Queer people, especially black people, especially black women. They are met with a different level of force, not only by police, but by like random conservative militia groups that were showing up every single day at the BLM protests. Like, there is a stark difference, not in the way in which the protesters are protesting, but a stark difference in the way in which power and force and violence, especially state-sanctioned, is responding to the protests themselves. That has to be a very, very important distinction that we make, because this is not a failing of other movements. This is a failing of our police presence, of the militias, of the power and force and violent force therein. Ultimately, who gets to protest peacefully and who gets met with extreme and violent force is not due to the protesters themselves. It is far more a reflection of power and control rooted in racism. And it's horrific. And yesterday we saw the stark contrast between what it looks like to be a white body versus what it looks like to be a black body in places, in public spaces where you are allowed to protest and talk about your humanity and your rights. We saw a difference. And again, it's not because of the protesters, it's because of the force in which they were met.
She's right. If black people were to come out on Saturday, someone said they were literally going to bring the CIA, the FBI, the Marine SEALs, the reserve soldier, wherever they are, they're going to bring them back home, because naturally they feel, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think it has to do with, as we know, the racism, that once black people come out to protest, there's usually heavy presence of all kinds of security agents, right? So it's good that black people stayed back. Someone said we've Black people had already fought since the 1960s. So what's the point of coming out? And I'm so happy that white people now are coming out to do the talking, to decipher that this thing has a hidden agenda. If Black people had come out, it would have turned out to be something more sinister than it is, you know. So I'm so happy that Black people stay and they didn't come out to protest, because evidently it's a setup, right? It's a setup. I'm just glad that white people are coming out to dispel this, to see the facts, and they are not hiding from the truth. And I pray this continues. So let's dive back into the next video.
My favorite thing about seeing all of these protests is the amount of older white people that are there. As someone who does a lot of organizing, one of our biggest fears is that the government will turn around and label people who are protesting a terrorist organization, like they did with Black Lives Matter and that sort of thing. But when I see so many white folks saying, hey, Black folks, people of color, y'all stay home, we got this. And now I'm seeing all this footage of not just younger white people coming out, but people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, like the majority of people who came out are older white folks. This is monumental. This is cross-generational. We are all banding together against this bullshit. This is not just a young person's fight. It is so encouraging to see so many older white folks showing up, because they are the last people that the administration is going to put in handcuffs and label terrorists. And seeing that be the majority of these movements is really encouraging.